Hey there, happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to you. Jessa here, the Peaceful Billionaire. I am super fired up for today's mini training, if I could speak, as I always am. And I just want you to know that things could get a little crazy today. I want to forewarn you because I've been recording all day. It's been a super random but super fun day. And I'm fired up for today's training as usual, but I also hope that you're super fired up for today's mini training too, because I have some incredible diamonds and pearls of wisdom for you. Really quick though, before I dive in and while people are still hopping onto the live, I want to just remind you that I do release a new one of these mini trainings to deliver value to you every single week. That's always there. And at the beginning, I always ask a question, right? So that I can serve you in the highest and best way. And today, the question that I have for you is, do you ever feel like you're lacking clarity? Do you ever feel like you're lacking clarity? Whether that's in your life, like in your personal life, in your professional life, in your business, let me know in the comments, right? Let me know in the comments. If you're here with me live, or if you're catching this in your email, let me know in the comments. Do you ever feel like you're lacking clarity again in your life or in your business, right? So let me know in the comments. Yes, yes, yes. I see a lot of yeses there. Remember, if you do respond to the email you receive from me, if you happen to receive this from an email, again, I'm a real person and I will respond to you. All right, so I see all of those yeses. Now, for those of you who are entrepreneurs or business owners, one of the questions that I have for you in regards to clarity, a little bit more specific, is are you super clear on the problem that your business solves for people? Yes or no? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Are you super clear on the problem that your business solves for people? All right, I'm seeing some no's there, seeing some no's on this one. So in today's training, I'm going to share the top 3 signs that you are lacking clarity. So even if you're not an entrepreneur, this will still be valuable for you, and you can apply this in some way. So it's still going to be really valuable for you. So I'm going to show you those top 3 signs that you're lacking clarity. I'm also going to show you how to use Peaceful Millionaire Principle number 9. I really am going to run out of fingers quite soon. And then I'm going to show you 5 simple steps. My goodness. See, I've been talking all day. I can't even speak anymore. I am going to show you 5 simple steps. How many? That's right. 5 simple steps that you can use anytime you need to gain clarity so that you don't continue to waste any additional time, energy, or effort. Does that sound good? Does that sound okay? Does that sound good? Would that be beneficial for you? Yes. Yes, yes, I'm seeing a lot of yeses there. Okay, awesome, awesome. All right, so here are those 3 signs. Here are those 3 signs that you're lacking clarity. The first one is that you're constantly changing your mind. Constantly changing your mind. The second one is that you can't clearly explain who you help or the value you bring. That's very specific if you're an entrepreneur, right? You can't clearly explain who you help or the value you bring. And the third thing is missing target goals month after month. Now, that applies whether you're an entrepreneur or not, right? Even if you're in a profession, you have a career, right? You have a target, you have goals, you have personal goals. It could even be your fitness goals, right? So missing a target month after month would mean lacking clarity. And if you can relate, if you are here with me and you can relate to at least one of those things, even if you're catching this on the replay, right? Be engaged with me and let me know. If you can relate to at least one of those, let me know. Let me know in the comments or reply to the email, right? Remember, I'm a real person. Yes, yes, yes. I'm seeing a lot of yeses there. And the important thing that I always want to remind you is when you're feeling this way, that you are not alone. You are not alone. I get it. I've been there too, right? Many of your colleagues and peers have been in those same shoes, and I've been there myself. So the solution is a peaceful billionaire state of mind, an unstoppable, peaceful billionaire state of mind. So coming up, as promised, I will share Peaceful Millionaire Principle number 9 with you, along with a story and what it is that you need to know to help you remember and apply this principle, actually apply the principle. Does that sound good? Is that okay? Yes? Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Thank you. All right. So if you're lacking clarity, you lack answers. If you're lacking clarity, you lack answers. Now, this is really, really important. I don't say that to be disrespectful or rude, right? But it's really, really important to bring some awareness to that and recognize that if you are lacking clarity, that also means that you lack answers and you're lacking some direction, right? You're lacking the path to get to the destination. That makes sense? Yes. So would you like some help receiving the answers? Would that be okay? You'd like some help receiving the answers? Yes, yes, yes. All right. I see a lot of yeses there for that. All right. So here goes. Here goes. First, there are several reasons that people lack clarity. And one of the biggest reason that many people lack clarity is that you're missing a clearly defined target. I'll say that again, right? One of the main reasons that most people lack clarity is missing a clearly defined target, right? What is that end goal? What is that end goal? What is the desired outcome? What is the result that you're looking for? And there are so many tools and strategies and options out there. There's so much information, right? That if you don't have a clearly defined target or outcome that you want to hit, it's really, really hard to know where to start or what to choose. And it's really, really hard to stay on track, right? Yes. Absolutely. And there's so many options out there. So when you're really clear on that target, on that desired outcome, then it helps you be more clear about the strategy and the process that you need to execute in order to get there. Right? That makes sense, right? So this clarity is really, really, really important, really valuable. The second thing is you cannot solve a problem or receive answers with the same thinking that created the problem, right? Or the same questions, right? So you can't receive answers with the same problem, with the same thinking that created the problem, or with the same questions. Does that make sense, right? I've said this before in some of the other trainings, right? If you ask better questions, you'll get better answers. If you ask better questions, you'll get better answers. So sometimes in order to receive clarity, sometimes it's really a matter of asking better questions. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later on, and how you can really use that in a more meaningful way in that 5-step process that I'm going to give to you here shortly. All right. And then the third reason that many people lack clarity is you've been conditioned to seek the answers out there, right? Taught to seek the answers out there. All right. Now, meaning somewhere out in the world, right? All out. So meaning out in the world, you've been taught to seek the answers outside of yourself. Now you've been taught, and what that translates to is you've been taught that someone else has the answers, right? If the answers are out there, that means that someone else has the answers. The answers are online, the answers are on the internet. And so what happens is it becomes a habit. It becomes second nature for you to seek answers outside of yourself. Any of you ever feel that way, right? You're lacking some clarity, you're lacking answers, and you're looking for the answers out there. And it's really, really hard to find the right answer when you're looking out there, right? Sometimes that happens, right? I see some yeses there. I mean, that happened to me, right? That happened to me a lot in my business early on, right? So the truth is you already have the answers. You already have the answers within you. And that's one of the things that is really, really powerful, is to learn that you do have this internal compass inside of you, right? That you are being guided, and learning how to trust that internal compass. Because don't get me wrong, I have coaches, I have mentors, I have sales mentors, I have financial mentors, I have tons of coaches, all right? And I attribute a lot of success, right? And the speed of my success to having that support. But one of the things that I learned very, very early on is making sure that when it came to making decisions for my business, that I was making decisions that came from within and that were aligned for me, and not just willy-nilly following what somebody else said the answer was, or the solution was, or the right process was. Does that make sense? Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic, right? So again, learning to know that most of the answers that you need, Majority of the time, they are already within you. They're not out there. But and this is a superpower. This is a superpower, but you have to kind of train yourself, right? You have to train yourself to use this superpower to your benefit. Otherwise, you end up forgetting that it's even there. Because that's not how you've operated for a majority of your life, right? And I didn't either. And it's you're creating a new habit. And so it does take repetition of reminding yourself, right, that the answers are not always out there, that majority of the time the answers are in here. And so going within, right, for guidance, going within for answers rather than seeking out there. All right. So that said, here is Peaceful Millionaire Principle number 9 for you. Peaceful Millionaire Principle number 9 is if you sit in the question long enough, the answer finds you. I love this one. It's one of my favorites. If you sit in the question long enough, the answer finds you. Now, in order for this to be beneficial to you, step number 1, remember I told you there's a 5-step process. So if you happen to be taking notes or you're rewatching this, or you're catching the replay, or you can press pause, right? Here is step number 1. Step number 1 is slow down. Slow down. Remember earlier I said you cannot solve a problem or receive answers with the same thinking that created the problem or created the questions in the first place. And that makes sense, right? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Right, it makes sense. So if you're constantly on the go, you're constantly go, 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 do, 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 you're constantly going 100 miles per hour, the answers can't find you, right? The answers can't find you if you never, ever, ever slow down. Does that make sense? Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Now, step number 2. Step number 2 is ask your question. Ask your question. The secret here is Peaceful Millionaire Principle number 9. If you sit with the question, with any question long enough, the answer will find you. So again, step number 2 is ask yourself the question. Ask your question. Ask yourself, right? Ask yourself the question. And it's okay. It's okay to have some fun with this. It's okay to have some fun with this. When it comes to the question part and also having some time to slow down to receive those answers, it's okay to have some fun with this. Meaning you don't necessarily have to sit still, perfectly still, meaning you don't have to be meditating in order for the answer to find you. What I mean by slowing down is slowing down the amount of distraction, slowing down the amount of things that you're thinking about in your brain, or that you're attempting to multitask, or you're thinking about all the other things in your life rather than focusing, being fully present in a moment. So when I say that you don't necessarily have to be sitting perfectly still, what I mean is you could be out for a walk, right? You could be out on a walk in nature, be fully present, and still have that, you're slowing down, right? You're slowing down, you're fully present in that moment on that walk. You're by yourself, right? Your phone's on do not disturb, or it's not with you at all. You're not walking with a friend. You're fully present with yourself and that question in your mind so that the answer can find you. Or you could even be in the shower. I get a lot of information. I get a lot of downloads. I receive a lot of answers to questions in the shower, right? That might be true for you too. If you haven't ever given it a go, please give it a go. Answers can come, slowing down could be, it might not be the shower. It could be taking a bubble bath. It could be getting a massage. Could be spending a much needed R&R day at a bathhouse, right? So these times where you're really slowing down your movement, you're slowing down your mind, you're slowing down your body. But again, you don't necessarily have to be perfectly still. That makes sense. That's fair? Okay. So you can have some fun with it. You can have some fun with it. But what you need to do is create some time and space to just be. To free your mind from the chores, the tasks, the to-do lists, like all of those other things, like what's coming up next. For those of you in my age group or my generation, like the In Vogue song, Free Your Mind, the Rest Will Follow. Free your mind, the rest will follow. If you know that song, give me some love in the chat, right? If you're around my age, you know the song, so give me some love in the chat. Except in this case, free your mind, the answers will find you. Free your mind, the answers will find you, right? So free your mind, the rest will follow. Free your mind, the answers will find you. I still love that song. Hashtag truths. All right. And then step number 3. Step number 3, if you don't receive the answer, listen closely, please. If you don't receive the answer right away, look at the question. So if you don't receive the answer, look at the question and see if you need to improve the question. Because remember, so if you ask better questions, you'll get better answers. So sometimes you need to ask a better question and then ask it again. Ask it again. But and if you feel like your question is solid, then keep the question, ask it again, and be patient. Right? So you're either going to check out your question. If it needs to be improved, you're going to improve your question. Or if you think your question is great, you're going to ask it again. So you're going to ask a new and improved question. You're going to ask the same question again, and then you're going to be patient. Step 4 is be patient. All right. Step number 4, be patient. I assure you that the answer will find you, even if it's not right away, even if it's not right away. My goodness. Okay. So the answer will find you, even if it doesn't find you right away. So be patient. Step number 4, keep asking the question periodically, right? Sit with the question if needed again, go for a walk. Sometimes it is sitting still with the question. Sometimes it's going for that walk again with the question, right? And sometimes the answer will come when you least expect it, right? Sometimes it will just poof, like there the answer is, and you least expected it. But I assure you, the answer will come. And then step number 5, this is possibly the most important step at all. Step number 5, when the answer finds you, trust it. When the answer finds you, trust it. Trust it. I cannot emphasize that part enough. Trust it. Trust that answer when it comes. When the answer finds you, you must trust it. Stop changing your mind. Stop jumping around. Trust the answers you receive. When it comes, right? When it comes to, and I'm gonna shift to like business for a moment. When it comes to your brand or your business, I assure you, and I learned this the hard way, I assure you there is no one knows better than you do. No one knows better than you do. When it comes to your brand, when it comes to your business, no one truly knows better than you do. So when you tap into that infinite intelligence, those infinite resources that are inside of you, and you receive answers, trust that. Okay? Trust that. Now, here's a quick story and just one of many examples of how this has played out in my life. Okay. So there was one time for me, I asked for a way to create a sizable 5-figure cash injection in my business. I asked for it, right? If you don't ask, right? Ask and you shall receive. So I asked for it. I asked for a way to create a sizable 5-figure cash injection in my business. And I followed the steps that I just taught you, that I just gave you. I went within, I asked the question, and the answer that I was given, when I received the answer that I was given was the guidance for how to lead someone through a really beautiful journey, a really beautiful transformational process called a sunset light of truth bath. And it's original. You can't get that anywhere else. And so what I did was I started to incorporate that into my bespoke one-on-one transformational retreats, which were new at the time. And I've been doing those for a couple of years now. I've been doing the retreats for a couple of years now. I've been incorporating, and I started incorporating the Light of Truth baths, and my clients loved it so much. They loved the Sunset Light of Truth baths so much and received so much value for it from those that it became the only staple. Like it became the Sunset Light of Truth bath became the only staple inside of the bespoke transformational one-on-one retreats that I do. Otherwise, no 2 retreats are ever the same. That's super cool, right? It's really, really cool. So that's one story of how that process and how that worked out in my life. Now, really quick, before I say farewell to you, if you would like my support, I just want to extend an offer here, an invitation to you. If you would like my one-on-one support, pouring jet fuel on your goals so that you can take the action needed to achieve and receive maximum peace, passion, profits, whatever that next level is for you, whatever the answers are that you're seeking, if you want the opportunity for one-on-one, having that opportunity to go on a journey within, get the answers, get the solution, have some transformation in one session, I would love to invite you to check out a P3 Mind Body attunement session. Okay, now you're probably wondering what in the world that is. So really, really quickly, it's a highly transformational one-on-one session with me to attune your mind and your body for maximum peace, passion, profits, or anything else you desire. And one more quick exciting thing, there are still a couple of spots left to get 50% off if you secure your session right away. I don't know how quickly those spots will go. So if you want one of those, don't wait. Okay. I typically work with clients one-on-one, either by application or referral only. So this is a really, really special opportunity for you to get one-on-one time with me that is all about you, right? It's not about me at all. It's actually all about you. And as I said before, there are only a couple spots left for that 50% off savings for these highly transformational one-on-one sessions with me. So if you want one of those, if you want one of those last spots with the 50% off, here's what to do. You're going to go to thepeacefulbillionaire.com/P3. thepeacefulbillionaire.com/P3. You can also find the link right below this video. Right below this video, it will also be there. And once you're on that page, once you open that page, what you'll want to do is watch the quick video. It'll give you all the details, and then you'll click on the bright pink button so that you can secure your session. And when you get to the checkout part, you'll enter VIP. You'll enter the code VIP, and that will give you 50% off the session price. Okay, sound good? So that's it. That's it. Go to the page, watch the quick video, get all the details, and then click on the bright pink button to secure your session. And before you check out, before you finalize your checkout, enter the code VIP, right? VIP, and you'll get that 50% off. If this training was valuable for you, last but not least, if this training was valuable for you, if you're loving these weekly mini trainings with me, please drop some love in the comments, whether you're here with me live, you're catching it in the replay, or in your email, however it is. If you are loving these mini trainings and you receive value today, please do let me know. And also feel free to share it, right? Feel free to share it so that other people can benefit as well. All right, the highest potential and peaceful billionaire in me sees and honors the highest potential and peaceful billionaire in you. Much love. I will see you next week for the next principle.